John Fredericks Radio Network and the John Fredericks Radio app. And I am your Godzilla of the truth in America, your oracle of the deplorables. Thank you for being with us today. We're rocking and rolling, and the government shutdown is over. Democrats caved. I don't care what the libtards say. They caved because they got nothing. In fact, little Bernie Sanders is not a happy camper. Let's get, we got a couple of clips here. I'll get to the calls in a minute. And let's just start with some of the libtard cavers. Here's an MSNBC panel on Dems caving in to open the government. And they said, here is Trump winning again. This is on MSLSD. Roll it. One. Take a
listen. It's strange, Dean, to go back to the original sort of part of this conversation of whether he is a good deal maker. I mean, in a way, it seems like the president is kind of getting what he wanted 40 days ago when all this started. He was out there saying that, oh, this is all about Democrats trying to give health care to illegal immigrants. He just said that to reporters moments ago, repeated that refrain that Democrats had actually very successfully pushed back against. Then there's all this energy. In the wake of the election on Tuesday, the president made remarks saying basically, wow, Republicans are being harmed by all of this, acknowledging that he was on his back foot. And now here he is winning again? How did he do it?
The Democrats, I don't understand how a Democratic senator goes, wow, we won really big. Let me cave now. I don't understand. That makes no sense to me.
Well, maybe if to be, to Anthony's point, if they were cynical, like if we wanted just to hold this out until we get through the election and then.
Meltdown. Okay, let's get to Bernie Sanders. Slams the Dems for voting for the CR and caving like a cheap suit in the rain. This was a very, very bad vote. It raises healthcare premiums for 20 million Americans. No, it doesn't, because we're cutting a deal, asshat. But let's hear what Bernie has to say. Another meltdown. Roll it.
Tonight, 8 Democrats voted with the Republicans to allow them to go forward on this continuing resolution. And to my mind, this was a very, very bad vote. What it does, first of all, is it raises healthcare premiums for over 20 million Americans by doubling, and in some cases tripling or quadrupling. People can't afford that when we are already paying the highest prices in the world for healthcare. Number two, it paves the way for 15 million people to be thrown off of Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act. Studies show that will mean that some 50,000 Americans will die every year unnecessarily. And all of that was done to give $1 trillion in tax breaks to the 1%. As everybody knows, just on Tuesday, we had an election all over this country. And what the election showed is that the American people want us to stand up to Trumpism, to his war against working class people, to his authoritarianism. That is what the American people wanted, but tonight, that is not what happened. So we've got to go forward, do the best that we can to try to protect working class people, to make sure that the United States not only does not throw people off of health care, but ends the absurdity of being the only major country on earth that doesn't guarantee health care to all people. We got a lot of work to do. But to be honest with you, tonight was not a good night.
Bernie meltdown. All right, let's get to the phone lines, 888-480-JOHN. Rob, New York, line 1. Rob, go.
Hey, John, good morning.
Hi.
This is the good, the bad, and the ugly with this. I'm glad this shutdown's over, even though it didn't really affect me. But we can't be going into a new year with, flight delays and people getting, sticker shock with their health insurance. I mean, you think it was bad last Tuesday? We'll get slaughtered next year.
Right. Well, that's what government's open now. So air controllers get back to work. So we shouldn't have any more flight delays, right?
Exactly. So, no, I think that's good. But the problem is we've been down this road before. I remember Paul Ryan articulating all of these ways that they could get rid of Obamacare. And then what happens? Okay, John McCain screws us, and Paul Ryan, as Speaker, led the GOP into slowing down Trump. And there's a very simple solution to get rid of Obamacare, which is you go back to a more consumer-driven direct primary care model.
Can't do it. No time. Sorry, love you. Can't do it. No time. You want to get slaughtered? Get rid of the subsidies. Okay. You'll get wiped out. Trump will get impeached. No country. Sounds good. Great for a cocktail party.
No, I'm saying
That's the debate
I'm
you
saying
have,
that's
Rob.
for next
That's
year.
the debate you have. That's the debate of the campaign, is what to do with this mess that Obama created and all the lies. But nobody cares about that. On January 1st, when their premiums double, you will get killed at the poll. You will get annihilated. That's just it. How they got
I'm
there, how we
agreeing with
got here,
you.
who gave it to them, I don't know. It's there. You got to extend this thing for a year, get through the midterms, and then have the debate during the election.
I agree with you. That's where we have to go, and we were not set up for that. Although it doesn't look like we caved this time around, which is a good sign, because usually the Republicans cave on the shutdown, and this time it was the Democrats that blinked. So I just hope it works out next year, that they make this they make this correct argument, what I was just saying, after the midterms, because otherwise, we're going to lose the country. We have all this evidence coming out right now about what they did to Trump and others. It keeps coming out and out and out. Devin Nunes was out this weekend talking about it with Maria Bartiromo. This is insane. Hollywood couldn't write a script this evil. And where's the party? We're doing infighting instead of actually, working together and delivering this in a nice, neat package to the American people. This is what was done. And if you want this stuff to continue, vote for more Democrats.
It's very simple. Okay. It's very simple. You extend the Obamacare subsidies for a year. What would have been the difference if the Democrats had extended it till the end of 26? Nothing. Just extend it quickly. Don't even have a long debate. Be done with it. It takes it off the table. Then they stop talking about it. Then they have to find something else to talk about, like crime in their cities, or the murder rate, or rats, or, inflation is coming down. Give them something else to talk about. Take it off the table. I don't want to hear any more ideological, philosophical arguments about, Obamacare was a lie. Yeah, we all know that. But it's here. Once you give people something, you cannot take it away in the middle of an election. You just can't do it. How you got there is irrelevant to me. And this is where I differ from so many of my colleagues, brethren, other people in the business. Like, you can't fix this now. It is what it is. It's like the SNAP benefits. Oh, there's too many people on SNAP. There's all crime. It's all corrupt. They go get a job. Yeah, well, we created it, and now people are dependent on it. You allow for dependency, you get dependency. You can't just stop it in 1 month, right? You got to get a plan to get people off this and get better jobs where they don't need it or don't qualify. And a lot of people don't want to make the income over the amount in order to qualify. That's what happens when you set these up. And it's not it is what it is. And this is where I differ. You're not going to solve this going into the midterms with a blowtorch aimed at your head. You got to get through these. You got to get this redistricting. You got to get rid of the filibuster. You got to bring prices down. You got to bring down crime, and you got to be able to show the American progress people a reason to vote for us. And they didn't get that on Tuesday, period. Don't be telling me about blue states. They got wiped out. And I'm a realist, man. I'm a realist. You got to double down on this now. Rob, thank you. Good thing you're not in New York City, man. That's going to be a mess. That's going to be a mess. Oh, my God. I can't wait to see what happens. Every day is going to be Looney Tunes with this guy. This guy's nuts, man. Did you hear that speech he made, Rob, on Tuesday night? Did you hear that victory speech?
Oh, it's horrible.
Oh, God.
That was something out of that was something out of like what you would see out of like some communist hellhole. And he approaches it. Everybody got lured in by the guy's youthfulness, his smile. I see it as a maniacal smile. But there's, I don't know, people are blind. And I agree with you. The GOP needs conservative Mondamis for the cities. You want to clean up these cities? Find guys like him on our side. But no, we're arguing over stupidity.
We need in a couple of these cities, we need a Mandami of the right. That's what we need. Mandami of the right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to find somebody. Rob, thank you.
I hope so, but be well, John.
Thank you, Rob. Always a pleasure to talk to you, man. Always a pleasure. Johnny in Jersey. What's up, Johnny?
Hey.
What's up?
John, how you doing?
Never better.
Good. Yeah, you sound fired up this morning. I love it. Anyway, the Democrats caved for one reason and one reason only. The Republicans, if you saw and you watched, were moving towards ending the filibuster. Before that gains momentum, I believe the Democrats caved to kind of crush that. Or there was a backroom deal with Thune where he threatened that's what he was going to use. And I believe I said to my wife last night, I said, this thing's over. When I saw that Ron Johnson was now in favor of the filibuster, I said to my wife, that shutdown is going to be coming to an end because I could see more and more Republicans starting to side with Trump. And that's why they ended it before it gains momentum. That was it.
What did your wife say?
She didn't know what the hell I was talking about. And I said, and then when an hour later, when it came out, she says, I can't believe you were right on that. I said, I'm telling you, I know you could still, once you see this stuff, you can't unsee it. But I believe that's exactly why they want to crush any momentum, because the Democrat Party is finished as a party if we do that. That's why it is so important that we do that particular thing. It's all about the mail-in ballots, the voting. If the Democrats have one thing and one thing only, ballot harvesting. They're really good at it. They have a system in place. We can't get rid of that. And those mail-in ballots, those mail-in ballots crush us. Look at Jersey. We went into election night. Would they have 180,000 somewhere in that area? Don't quote me, but just in the mail-in ballot lead, like you said, it's a mountain that you have to overcome in these elections, and they understand that. So the bottom line is, there's just so many things. Again, we voted for Trump in a landslide. Electoral college, the popular vote, I have no idea why these senators just don't look at it and say, hey, we have the American people on this thing. But, hey, listen, he's going to keep up the pressure, and it seems like they're starting to understand little by little. Are they going to do it? It's a long shot. But if he keeps up the pressure and they come to grips with the reality of the world we're in right now and the fact that somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose, and it's a spiritual war, they'll come to our side and end this thing and start getting our agenda down. And if we get our agenda down, we'd never have to worry about losing power again.
What town do you live in Monmouth County?
Ocean Township.
Oh, what a beautiful area. You're right by the beach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Ocean.
Yeah, about 15-minute ride,
Not bad. I grew up there. I grew up in Jersey, so I know the area. We used to go to the Jersey Shore a lot. Garden State Parkway, when you used to remember, you might be too young for this, but before the Easy Passes stuff, you had to put a quarter in the little thing, the little basket.
Yeah, 100%.
And so you'd be coming back. You'd be coming back on a Sunday, and the toll booths were like the traffic was lined up for like a half hour. People trying to put the quarter in the little thing. It's so stupid.
And then you used to try and throw it over from the passenger side to sink it in the basket.
Oh God, the memories, right? The memories. All right, Johnny in
100%.
Ocean County. Hey, by the way, John, they in last year, you probably know this. They closed Freehold Raceway. They just shut it down and put up a shopping mall. These iconic race tracks that I grew up at just gone. Roosevelt, Brandywine, Freehold, Yonkers is still there. I don't know how I get off on these tangents. John, do yourself a favor and your wife, go get you some 7075 coffee. Go to 7075coffee.com, promo code Godzilla, 10% off. And tell your wife, see, this is how smart I am. I tell you when the shutdown's going to end. I tell you to buy the best coffee that you love. John, I'm just trying to set you up, bud. Set you up. What's your wife's name?
Thank you.
What's your wife's name?
Michelle.
I love that name.
Michelle.
Michelle and John from Jersey. John, thanks for the call. Always love talking to you. And you're right.
No problem.
Diabolical, John from Jersey. Always the diabolical one. We're going to be right back with your calls. 888-480-JOHN. I got Dave Bratt coming up. Well, we got a good lineup, but I'm out of time. So I'll have to tell you when we get back. Bye.